Hello, hello. Beautiful, beautiful Thursday to you. How are you doing today? Oh my goodness, the week is moving so fast. So fast. Yeah. So also is the month, the year, and more reason why we need to just work fast and work smartly and quit procrastinating. Woo woo! Welcome back to Moturaya Emily Digital Business. And today is the second day of my 7-day Go Live challenge. Ooh. And the topic today is procrastination. Procrastination. Let's look at it. What is procrastinations anyway? Yes, give me your definition of or understanding of procrastination right there in the comment. Procrastination, you will agree with me, is the delay or postponement of action. You put off something, right? Instead of you doing it right now, you are seeing reasons why you don't want to do it now, why it should be done much later, tomorrow, and tomorrow never has an end until it is very, very urgent and almost late. And in most cases, it will not even yield any result because we are late in doing what we ought to have done a while ago. We all at a point in time, I think we are guilty of this, procrastinating, giving excuses while something is not done when it should be done. Let's look at it. What are those things that um cause or procrastination? What are the reasons? Why do we, indulge in procrastination even when we know that it is a thief of time? Why do you and I engage in that? Personally, I used to, but now I know better. So even when the urge comes not to do something right now, I look for reasons, 10 reasons why I need to do it right now, why it shouldn't be postponed. Yeah. So some of us procrastinate because, I think I've discussed this here before. We all have goals, desires, what we want to achieve in life. But most of these things are in abstract form. Like we think we know them and we put them in our head. And, before you know it, we don't even allocate a time to it. And if we do, it is in abstract form as well. Yes. And before you know it, the time will fly by. What do you think can be done better? To avoid this, what I would advise is we should have a vision board. And I think I spoke about it at the beginning of the year on my page here. Every one of us needs a vision board. And that means, if we want to work smart, right? We need the vision board. And in working smart, we need to put a time to all our goals. It doesn't mean that we have to wait till that time before achieving that goal. It doesn't mean that it has to happen at that exact time. It can happen before or after that time. When it happens before that time, you'll be grateful for it and you want to, do some other things to boost that achievement. But if it happens later, yes, you look for reasons why you need to, work more or get it done. And you try to analyze the things you've done and look at positive reasons why the goal was not achieved at that point in time, so as to prevent such from happening in future. Another thing that causes procrastination is that i mean rewards that are far in the future. You and I will fail to reward ourselves. We think that until we achieve the varied goal, maybe our 1 year goal, we'll wait until December before we reward ourselves. No, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. For us to really get our work done, our goal achieved on time, we need to break them down to maybe have a 6 months, quarterly, monthly, weekly. And in achieving, when you meet up with each of these goals, what do? You reward yourself, give yourself a pat at the back. Good job, well done. Appreciate yourself. Okay. So another thing is, most people procrastinate because there is no connection between who they are seeing right now and who they are seeing in the future. Are you connecting with the with yourself that you want to see in future? For example, is what Moturayo doing right now, is it in connection to where Moturayo want to see herself in future? Most of us disconnect ourselves. You take it to be where whatever happens. Huh? Another reason why most people procrastinate, postpone what they ought to be done now is because we fail to break things down. We take things as a whole, right? We take our goals as a whole, and when you look at them, they are so big, and we are so overwhelmed. And you're like, okay, you'll be frustrated. And in order to get off that frustration, you might want to put off that I mean particular project you're working on, whatever it is that you're working on. So the best thing, so that we'll not be overwhelmed, is to break them down. Another thing is feeling anxiety, feeling anxious about our goals. To eradicate that, to remove that, what do? Break your goals down. Break them to bit by bit, if possible, one day at a time. One day at a time. Okay. Another thing is, oh my God, I am so guilty of this. Before now, I believe that anything I want to do needs to be perfect. Needs to be perfect. But now I know better. I know that once I keep working at it, there's always room for improvement. The best thing for me is not to wait until the time or whatever I'm doing now is perfect. No. Because what I see as perfect might not even be near perfection to some people. So why not start taking that step now? Start working towards that thing. Take the first step. Take the first step of whatever you want to do. I will use this as an example. Do you want to have a business of your own? What kind of business do you want to have? Is it an offline business or an online business? If it's an online business, why not take steps and make your investigation? Do your due diligence. If it's an offline business, look at what it takes to do that. If you want to go back to school, try to make your inquiries and peg a time to each of these things you want to achieve. Work towards them. What do you want to achieve in the month of April on your goal? 4 weeks in the month of April. Okay, let's say 2 weeks more or less, right? In this month. What do you want to achieve within these 2 months? How do you want to achieve them? Breaking them down to remove anxiety, okay? And to prevent any kind of procrastination. Another thing is lack of motivation. Lack of motivation. Are you waiting for someone out there to motivate you? Oh my God, don't do that. Because even if everybody in the whole wide world comes to you to motivate you, if you are not there to motivate yourself, believe you me, you will still see reasons why that thing should not be done, or why that thing can be done right now. But if you are there as your personal motivator, as your own encourager, my dear, there is absolutely nothing you cannot do, even if the whole world is against you. So let's stop today to procrastinate. What are the things that you've been pushing? You told yourself January 1st that you want to do this. Then you've not even attempted doing that, and this is April, because you keep pushing to the coming month. You push to the coming month. You give excuses such as there is no time. My dear, there will never be time until you create one. Okay, let's look at the effect of procrastination. Procrastination worsen, it gives you the worst performance, because at the end of the day, that thing that needed to be done that you ought to have done before now, because the due date is approaching, you will do it hastily, in a rush. And what do you get at the end? Poor performance, worst performance. Okay, now that will bring, if it is your work related or your business related, it will bring about a bad experience. Bad experience can be you asking to go home, not to work here anymore. It can mean you jeopardizing the business that you've been building for a while. And you don't want that to happen in any way. And what does that bring? When you are in such a situation, it affects your well-being. It affects your well-being. Now, again, is that it in a very negative way affect our personal relationship with people, interpersonal relationship. You don't want that to happen, because nobody wants to deal with someone that does not take whatever they are doing as serious as they should be. Okay, now when you procrastinate, now it helps you to even procrastinate more in the future. Excuse us. It helps, it encourages you to procrastinate more in the future, and which can lead to, more dangers for you or for whatever you are doing. Now, take a minute to look at yourself. Think about it. What are you procrastinating? What is that thing you are pushing forward every now and then? Now, let's go. Some of the most common reasons for why people procrastinate. Let me quickly run through them. Is because they want to be perfect. I've said that before. Fear of failure. A lot of people are scared of failure. Guess what? Failure is part of the success that you are aiming at. If you are not in any way, you know, if you did not in any way fail in whatever you are doing, my dear, prepare your mind. Failure will still come, because it's part of the journey. Okay, avoidance, you're avoiding a particular thing, you don't want to be part of it, or you don't want to do it. Yes, that is one reason why you procrastinate. Some people procrastinate because they have low self-esteem. My dear, you need to start working on your self-esteem, because procrastinating will not help you get to where you need to be on time. Another thing is depression. Okay, depression. When you are depressed, you seem to you tend to procrastinate on whatever you are doing and doing and doing. We don't want that to happen, right? Now, a lot of us again focus more on the trouble, on the problems that we're going through. That is not what we want to happen. Focus more on the blessings, and you will attract more blessings. Focus more on things that you are grateful for, and you will attract more reasons to be grateful. Okay, so before I close this, because I'm really timing myself for the 15 minutes. So before I finally close on this, let me say this, that procrastination is a bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done the day before yesterday. The more time you have to do things, the less you are able to get it done. The greatest thief is the greatest thief this world has ever produced is procrastination, and he is still at large. Procrastination is still at large. So what is it that you are still procrastinating? My dear, get up, because I believe so much that you have what it takes. You can do it. You've got this, okay? Get up, keep crushing your goals, and crushing it to the letter. I love you with the love of God. Bye.